this is Greg Kelly. Donate now to Toys for Tots, which works year-round. Go to toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots supports children in need throughout the year with programs like the Toys for Tots Literacy Program. Established in 2008, it has provided over 63 million books to disadvantaged children. The Toys for Tots Literacy Program is committed to providing disadvantaged children with direct access to books and educational resources that enhance their ability to read and communicate effectively. Go to toysfortots.org.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And with me now, former New York Congressman Peter King. Congressman, so nice of you to join us. How's everything going?
Everything is going great, Tom. I couldn't ask for more. Everything is terrific.
So we have a lot to get to. And frankly, my mouth is wide open. Then at other times it's not, because Mamdani, he believes in giving red meat to his base, and he told us who he was in the campaign. And we were stupid enough to let three candidates divide the race. But anyway, I want to start with a tweet I'm looking at from Debbie Lebedo, Staten Island. She says, all New Yorkers, and she capitalizes this, did not vote for Mamdani. Someone didn't get out of the race when he didn't even make second place, and he lost in his hometown. A three-way race never works, and people hated Cuomo more than they loved our city, and now this is the result. Respond to that, Congressman King, please.
Yeah, there's no doubt that if Curtis had dropped out, this would have been a closer race. But I think we have to accept the reality, and I'm not happy about this, the reality that Mamdani did win, and he probably had at least a plurality, if not a majority of votes. And even if he didn't, let's say he only had 47 or 48%, I never thought that a candidate like Mamdani, considering everything that's happened in the city, I don't mean the fact that he's a Muslim. That's a totally separate issue. It has nothing to do with it. But his views were so out of touch with rank and file New Yorkers, I never thought, at least I thought they were, I never thought that someone with those views would get any kind of a vote. I thought that's the type of guy that usually ran on one of those parties way down the bottom and got 4% of the vote on Election Day. So I think we have to acknowledge that there is a real political threat here, a real political power, and that it's not going to be easy. We can't just say that illegals voted or secret money came in. Allowing for all of that, he still ran a very, very strong race, and that has me more worried than anything.
Well, here's what has me worried, Congressman. So let's say Michael Jackson in his heyday, not the bad times. To see Mamdani when he goes before communities of color, it's like Michael Jackson in his heyday has walked up. And these people have no idea what's going on politically. But they got this there was that song, Smooth Operator. I think Sade did it, right? So they got this smooth talking mayor, fairly good looking. He tells them everything they want to hear. And the city is going down. I mean, okay, so let's deal with the incident where the pipe bombs, if you will, right? The guys are now federally charged. Right. Mamdani issues a statement immediately attacking white supremacy as it relates to Jake Lang, who organized the event, but he left out the word terrorist or anything like that about the two guys throwing the bombs. How is that, Congressman?
Because this guy is so focused. It's almost like he has to acknowledge somehow, at least peripherally, that this was not white supremacists that did it. But anyone listening to his statement, you would think the main thrust of his statement was talking about white supremacists. The terrorists are almost like an afterthought. And even like as far as the police, I was glad that Jessica Tisch went on a great length talking about the heroism of the police. What Mamdani was like a few sentences he had to make because he's been critical of them in the past. But no, his heart and soul is not with the police. It's not with middle income and blue collar New York families. It's with this fringe left. And, John, Dominic, what you were saying about how, again, certainly you can speak with more authority than I can about how he does with communities of color. But I've heard from any number of people that with young people, they just think he's like a rock star.
Absolutely.
And I don't think it's his views so much per se as whatever style he has appeals to them. And also, not many of them are in a position yet to buy condominiums or own houses. So when they hear about tax the rich. Yeah, they figure that's not them. We get some extra money this way, make it easier for us. So he has a real base of support among, again, minority groups for some reason. Maybe they identify with him as being a non-white or non-Caucasian, or whatever term we want to use. And then young people just see him as taking on the establishment, taking on the rich people, so that they can make some money. Get some financial benefit, keep their rent down, bring in more programs. So it's something we have to face the reality and not just claim that somehow he stole the election. I'm willing to say he won it, and we have to find out how to stop him.
Well, I'm willing to say he won it, but he had a direct partner that was a lead blocker for him that now refuses to say anything critical of him. And I wonder why that is, but that's neither here nor there, Congressman, because there's a saying that whatever's in the dark shall come to light. And it's going to come to light exactly what happened in the mayor's race and exactly why that third candidate won't say peep criticizing Mamdani. But
there's no doubt at all he should have gotten out, and then his followers up to that day still thought he was going to win somehow.
Which is ludicrous. I mean, he never had a chance from day one.
No.
From day one. I mean, and we have to be serious at some point. No credentials, no education, nothing. And you think he's going to be elected mayor? But anyway, so let's go on to Mahmoud Khalil. Why in the world with Mamdani for Ramadan? This guy is a terrorist sympathizer. This guy disrupted Columbia University. This guy had Jewish students terrorized to come to campus. And you welcome him to Gracie Mansion and his family. This guy spent months in ICE locked up by the Trump administration. The Trump administration tried to have him deported. These liberal judges blocked it. And you invite this guy to Gracie Mansion. Why would he do that, Congressman King?
I would say, Dominic, he knew what he was doing, and he did it for all the reasons you just mentioned. Those are all issues where Mamdani would agree with him on it, and we think, oh, boy, that's going to be turning people off. He feels that with his magic as an orator and whatever, that he can somehow sell that to the people of New York. I mean, this wasn't often, there's always the embarrassment in politics when you get involved, you invite somebody or you accept an invitation and you find out they said something 5 years ago that was anti-Semitic or anti-black or anti-Catholic. Oh, my God, how did I make that mistake? No, this is it's out there. I mean, this guy, everything wrong. So many things that he's done wrong and disgraceful. Mamdani knew all about them. It was public record, and he invites him anyway. I think he's saying to New York, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do it, and you're going to have to learn to like it.
And, the only way, if President Trump invited the grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan to the White House and broke bread with him and smiled for social media, and then the first lady liked the Instagram posts, I mean, it would be the end of the world if President Trump did something like that. And this mayor, go ahead.
It should be.
I mean, it's incredible. So now let's talk about his wife. I knew all along, I think you and I and everybody else, there's a reason why they kept her from the campaign, right? There's a reason. And it's my opinion that this is just the tip of the iceberg that we're going to find out about the wife. The disgusting display of her liking Instagram posts days of while October 7th was happening, women being brutally raped by these savages and on and on and on, and she's siding with them. I mean, as I said at the top of the show, Congressman, when a person shows you who they are, we should believe them. Your take on the wife now.
Yeah, all we know, and I agree with you, I'm sure there's a lot we don't know, but even just in what we know now, to me, it's obvious they were hiding her. And especially in today's day and age in politics, where politicians are always showing off their families, their spouses, their kids, their grandchildren, their grandparents. And certainly if you have a wife and she is educated, she is intelligent, you think you'd want her out there in the forefront. Instead, she was basically hidden until now it's coming out, and now they don't care. No, this is a family, and it's a whole group, it's a movement, which is against or antithetical to basically everything that I think real New Yorkers believed over the years. I think society is changing a bit. We got to resist that, and we got to come back. I still think that the average person, listen, I think if everybody had come out to vote in the general election Mamdani would not have won. But the fact is, in all years, most people don't come out to vote. But I just think that he's taking advantage of, whether it's through social media, whether it's through his own media skills, to make sure that that minority is going to come out, that he's going to get a majority of their votes, or at least a plurality of their votes. And so he's basically using us. And for a lot of New Yorkers who complain, not you and not I, because we were out there from the start opposing him, but others who sit around and complain, well, maybe if you had come out and voted, maybe if you had gotten your neighbors to vote against him. So more people have to get engaged, because this is going to get, I think, worse before it gets better. This is not a fluke. This guy knew what he was doing. He knows what he's doing now, and he's going to have people implanted all over the city in different positions, really framing the city into a vision or an image that none of us would want. But it's happening. It's happening all around us, and someday, as bad as it is now, people are going to wake up in the morning and see it's that much worse.
Congressman King, I close this way. What do you make of Iran's new supreme leader and what's going on in Iran as it relates to the Trump administration?
We have to stand with President Trump. There's no such thing as an easy war. I don't think we should be putting timelines on things. Obviously, you want to get it over with as quickly as possible. You want to conclude it. You want it to be successful. But on the other hand, we have to make sure that there are certain targets met. And I say targets, I'm talking about political, diplomatic, and military. And the main one right now is to destroy as much of his military, the Iranian military, as possible. And that means all of their forces, the army, the IRGC, down the line, all of their militia groups, Hezbollah, as much as possible. And hopefully we can stay in there. Now, my concern is that with oil prices going up and some of our allies starting to get nervous, that be more pressure on President Trump. But I would say to President Trump, and he's the president, I'm not, but to stick this out until we get most, if not all, of our goals intact. And the main one, at the least, has to be that their military and their weapon systems are decimated and destroyed.
Well, Congressman King, I look forward to chatting with you in the very near future. A lot is going on, and Mamdani is showing his true colors. So thank you very much, Congressman King.
Just so you know, yesterday was Rosemary's birthday. So.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Why didn't you tell me, Congressman?
Because I only focus on myself and you. I mean, Rosemary gets. I waited until the end to mention Rosemary. Otherwise, you would have spent the whole interview talking about it. I'm tired of listening to this.
Well, please tell your wife that we really like her, we're fans of hers, and that we hope that she had a great birthday, and happy belated birthday to your wife, Congressman. Congressman, always great to chat with you. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy.
Download and subscribe
at BeBullish.com.